Here.
Okay, off you go.
I'm in a really good mood, just warning everybody. I'm in a really good mood. Are we live? I see a red light. That means I'm on camera. Hello, everybody. Happy
Easter.
It's Blur's Day. It's Monday, right? Happy Monday. How's everybody doing tonight? We are without Dora. She got on a plane to go to Orlando.
I'm leaving on a jet plane.
I think you have a.
I don't know
that's my
when
computer.
I'll be back.
So Dora
again.
has left for a week, and I'm beside myself. But we have Letty here, and so that makes me really happy. But she's not here in the theater with us. She's out there watching the animals and taking care of
Dawn
cat
Ferry
cosmetics.
with us today.
Dawn Ferry is going to be taking Dora's place at the table.
And John is on the buttons.
Haas is on buttons. I haven't seen you all day.
Me?
Yeah. I saw you this morning, though. I mean, when I opened my eyes, I went, oh. And you know what I love? She keeps singing, Dawn keeps singing, this emu's on fire. So
we just told her, go to the wide shots, everybody, and then wave to everybody, Dawn. Turn around, wave.
Yeah,
it's super wide.
No.
It's super wide.
You don't have to be on camera, but
you're on, but from a distance.
I did a makeover with Dawn. She's absolutely beautiful. She's a great friend. She came in because she quarantined for 77 days. By herself.
That's the prerequisite from coming to visit us. You have
so
to have 77 days minimum.
Can I come be with you? So I was like, yes.
77 is the Star Wars opening, too. She brought up a good point.
How about that? So she came in from L.A.,
and
which is great.
She's a production designer, she was saying that she kind of liked our clutter here. Even this was an evolutionary process.
You like the clutter?
Yeah. Right, but it evolved. It's like we started with the chairs and nothing.
My phone.
Then a costume appeared and a poster, and then my little friends came.
I'm so happy. Can I just tell you? I'm so happy to see people and to see my friends.
First of all, we're not going to let this BS that's going on affect us. I mean, the stuff that's going on in this world. We all must rise above.
You have 5 machine guns ready to go.
No,
he?
I am not saying we don't defend ourselves.
I think we need to give Dawn a microphone, John. I have a feeling it's going to be that kind of
I'm
show.
not saying you don't defend yourself. What I'm saying is that we're not going to let them win.
No.
By getting us all to be afraid and hunker down worse than we have been.
You and I stayed up last night.
You and I travel to the beat of a difference. I mean, this is just endless. Everything reminds me of a song for some reason.
I know, but that's okay because you have a good voice, so you can sing it. Sing it. So here we go. What happened today? You and I last night stayed up watching the news
till 2 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
4.
I didn't even know that.
Okay, 4 o'clock. I'm going on. I'm seeing comments. I just want to say hi to everybody. So we watched. Hello, everybody. I can see everybody. My brother's here, but he's not here. Letty's here, but she's not here.
We watched, and we were stunned, and we were saddened.
Oh no!
It was horrified.
It was horrifying
that people could behave like that. But what you have to know, and I know, is that that's 99.9% of this country is not like that. There is always that kind of a group that's going to take advantage of a situation. Here was a situation that was bad, that needed to be looked at and focused on. Instead, all the focus then became about the looters and the burners and everything, the rioters and the rest of it. I'm all for, peaceful protest. I was here during the Watts riots. I remembered as a kid very well. Harry Carl, who was the most unshakable guy I'd ever seen in my life. I mean, nothing affected. He was so chill. I mean, I watched him lose $400,000 on one hand set of cards.
Oh my God!
And he didn't even flinch. He just he kind of did one of these sort of things. Deal him up. I mean,
but there's a saying. Never let them see you sweat.
Well, he never did. But he surely sweat during the Watts riots. They burned his store that was down in the Watts area. And they were working their way down, to the west. And he was panicked that he was going to lose another store. And but something that happened then is happening now, which is that he and his executive people were like, well, we're not going to rebuild that.
Right.
We don't want to be in that area because it's too high risk. We're not going to mess with it. We're just going to go elsewhere. That's the sad part. The losers in all this are the very people that they're in the neighborhoods that these folks are living in, and that's bad. So, but anyway, we're not going to let it get us down, just like Molly Brown said.
I will tell you that in the middle of watching all that last night, I remember saying, Todd, look at the guy running out of Home Depot. With everything he could have stolen out of the store, he had a 2x4 piece of wood in his hand.
He's a genius.
Ran out of the store, and everyone had drills and tools and carpets,
big boxes of things.
And he had a 2x4, and I said, "What do you suppose he's going to do with that?" That's where
but then I told
goes.
you that's like $3.50.
I know.
Of all you're gonna break the law for $3.50. Not for any price is it worth it, but that clearly was not a criminal mastermind at work. A lot of people, though, what I would think is happening is that they get caught up in it all. Like somebody calls them and says, "Hey, Home Depot is wide open. Come and join in the party," and people don't think there's a consequence to any of these actions now or later. You're a fool. If you don't think people are going to be watching videos and prosecutors are going to be going after you later, because this country is a country of laws for all of our good.
Yeah,
it was based on joint principles. We all have these principles based on our beliefs. Mm-hmm. And we know what's right and wrong, and we try to enforce that. I think the country's been going the wrong way anyway, and this is payback, man. You know, the idea the other day, I think we told the story of my car getting stolen from the office. And then when my car was recovered a couple of weeks later, the police officer said to me, inform me.
It was recovered like
2 weeks later.
Was
it? Took
it?
2 weeks, yep.
But they used it for a crime.
They used it for a crime, but the theft of the car in this city is not a crime. Grand theft auto is not a crime.
For stealing a car is also not a crime in California.
Right.
Or Los Angeles,
and looting or robbery of different levels. There's so many crazy. I mean, the idea that we're trying to say we're not going to prosecute.
If you're out of your house, I think here or California. I didn't know about this.
They won't prosecute you.
They won't prosecute a person that breaks into your house if you're not there. What?
And takes your things.
And so why wouldn't people think that they can just jump into a store and take everything? I mean,
yeah, I think we've laid out the groundwork for the idea that this is okay. Instead of saying, no, stealing of any kind is not okay. On the other hand, who wants to load up the jails with a bunch of sort of petty criminals?
And that's.
And so now we get down to the big issue.
Which is?
You didn't teach your children anything, apparently. The people that are running around.
True? Dawn, I'm going to ask you, do you have a good microphone? Oh, he's got one for you. No, you can't project. This is a big room. Do you think that, they always say there are no bad pets, just bad owners?
Yeah.
All right. So is that true of kids too, or do you think that some of that is just jumped into the bad end of the gene pool? Because I've seen kids raised.
I don't buy into the gene pool.
1 year apart, same upbringing, same environment. I would assume the same amount of love, and they are or lack of, and they're complete. One is. I've seen this many times.
By the way, you see how pretty she looks in this dress, everybody? Look how cute that is. That's a really nice color.
I'm going to go on there and talk.
Wait, so answer there. So Dawn, she's asking.
So is it nature versus nurture? So why are kids that are out there looting, but there were not just kids. There were.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's only children.
Adults, yeah.
However, I must say that their age brackets, look like people in their at least 20s down. A lot of teenagers out there. I saw plenty of adults running around too. I mean, you can be a messed up adult too, but the idea that you can justify this in your head. I don't believe in eugenics, which is the concept that the gene pool is somehow infected. So that means that everything downstream is infected. That has actually been a disproven theory for a long time. That was a very dangerous principle.
And you, John, what do you think? Look at Dawn. She's in a trance.
I'm reading.
Oh. What are you?
Dawn. I thought you said
Dawn. D-A-W-N. Do you have an opinion on this?
She's been thrown into
You're being
the fire.
the Ed McMahon. What is your opinion?
Ryan Clements gets here in June 15th, I think.
Oh yeah, does he coming? He does. That might be a little late for the Star Wars game.
You promised him that video.
All right. Well, that's the deadline.
He's getting the video.
Okay, that's the deadline.
Yeah. because promise is a promise.
All right,
promise.
on camera, anything before that date, I'm giving him that machine.
I think I got new
questions. You didn't ask the
yeah,
question.
So we're going to do so, but let me just say hi to people: Sandy Lee, Nicole Johnson, Scott Edmondson, Eldonna Blackburn, Dennis, Tracy Saunders, Mary Connor, Sasha Reese, Rola, Julie Ann, Kathy Jean, Letty, Barbara Hammond, Lisa Eaton. Oh, this is so great. Tina, Mark, and Kathy, Terry, Angela, Scott again. Hi, baby. Bill, hey guys, I've been on a bit of a social media hiatus since last week, but glad to be here for your show. We're so glad you're here too, Bill, because what would this show be without you?
Well, and we're trying to do the show
part of the cast.
regardless.
Julie Gingrich, we stayed up too. You say hi to Delton for me, Julie. I just think that you are the greatest couple. Karen Yates. Oh, Michelle Bell. That is my cousin. Kathy Hobbs. Peggy and Sasha. Oh, gosh. There's just so many great. Serena, David Roberts. I have not seen Seth Robichaux tonight. Where's my Seth? I don't see him in here. We have a lot of
maybe
new
he's
people.
out looting. He could be out looting.
Hello, Heather.
He's the right age. He could join the
Rachel
looters.
Rendell is watching. You know my friend Rachel.
Yes, of course.
She's about to have her birthday.
But she's like your entrepreneur buddy from.
Well, I have to say, I think she taught me almost like half at least or more about what I know about makeup and being an entrepreneur and owning a company. And she
reminds me of
mentored
Paula
me
a little bit. Paula Meehan.
Yeah, she's a very cool lady. Rachel, I'm super happy you're here, and I know you have a birthday coming
Seth
up.
is here, by the way.
Who?
Seth
is here.
Seth Robichaux.
We're glad you're not out on the street, Seth. We thought for a minute you were out looting with the rest of these young kids.
That's
We're
right.
glad that you're still
Not
a trivia
my Seth.
freak.
Oh,
That's
no.
much no, he's well
He
behaved.
is singing show tunes and making the world a happy place.
Well, better that.
That's who my Seth
than
is.
running up and down the streets looting Gucci's.
It's so true. So let's see. Deb Tyler's here. Barbara Rue. Everybody's here. Jen. Oh gosh, there's so many people in the room right now. This is so great. And Seth is here. I want to hear from you, Seth. How you doing? I'm having a funny little feeling. Tell me what kind of day you had.
You're having a feeling, or he's having?
I am
You're
about
having a feeling.
Seth. Yeah, so I just want to make sure he's
well.
okay.
I'm sure he's
distressed.
distressed.
He says he's here. Good,
but he's distressed
Why?
like the rest. Well, all of the, a lot of people get distressed when you sit there watching looting. Even me, who is the unshakable.
Till 4 in the morning.
I am unshakable, and I have to tell you, I watched that, and I was just. It is disheartening. It is just not what this country is all about, and it really is truly is disgusting.
I know.
The poor people that own these businesses and all of that are, and even the chains. Because you may think, oh, I'm just stealing from Chanel or Gucci, but the people that work there are now not going to have their jobs back even after so long.
And it
that
will take
is
a long
messed
time to rebuild.
up.
Yeah,
that is really messed up. So you know what I thought was cool? The next day there was a lot of local civilians out helping clean up the graffiti and everything, and that was wonderful. And then there they were the next day, back out there messing it up again, whoever those people were. That is shameful. Those parents need to go get those kids and spank their little bottoms until they are bright red.
Even though there's no more spanking.
Yes, well, that's part of the problem. Spare the rod.
Well, I got the rod, and I'll tell you what, I
never got spanked.
I'm glad I did, because I didn't have to.
The rod doesn't mean that you have to physically hit.
I actually got the switch. And the worst part is having to pick your own switch,
Yeah, well, that's part of the mental game.
Right, and so you bring a little switch in this big, and they're like, oh no, go get me a nice
pick out a
big
belt
switch. And
I'm not saying
but I didn't have to, it didn't take me long to learn that wasn't the life I wanted for myself.
Right. Well, look, I never got hit. I didn't have to. My mother would lecture me.
Todd, no one ever spanked you?
Well, no, I didn't say that now, did I?
I'm asking.
I got lessons that were different than they're different.
Oh,
you know
I'm
what?
Sure you did, but I just wanted yes or no. Did you?
The answer is no.
That explains a lot.
Everything. No, my grandfather spanked me.
Thank you, Ray Reynolds. Good.
But he didn't just spank me like some out of control adult who's just so
there's a big difference. Yeah, big.
So here's the story. This is an important story because it relates to these children that are out on. I call them children. These young people that are on the streets right now. So my grandfather, we had this fence that had been put around the pool,
right?
Because when you have little kids, You want a fence around the pool so they don't
I
fall
think
in.
I saw that fence around the pool when your mom's childhood house
Back
was up
at the
for,
this
for
back
sale,
in
and we
Conway.
went and
No,
looked at it.
back in Conway is where this was.
Oh, that was in Beverly Hills.
So I had gotten a hold of some old batteries, D-size batteries, which remind me a lot of hand grenades, you know. So I decided that I was going to lob these hand grenade batteries over the fence and into the pool, which I did. My grandfather happened to see me do it. So he fished the batteries out of the pool, came back and said, hey, don't lob the batteries into the pool, okay? No problem. He walks away. I watch him walk off, back into the pool with the batteries.
Oh, so that's why you got swatted.
He came back. No, he didn't hit me yet. He came back, and he said, fished them out first. He came back with the batteries. Now, the lesson here is he's giving me the batteries back. He says, here's the batteries. Don't do that. Now I'm going to tell you something that's your first life lesson. I'm a baseball player. He was like a AAA baseball player, catcher. He said, in baseball, we have a thing called strikes. Strike one is sort of a warning. Strike two
I think 3 strikes
is a really big warning.
No, it's a good one.
But strike
I'm
3,
all about it.
You're out.
Yeah.
So he said, I'm just going to say, here are the batteries. That's strike 2.
Mm.
You understand what strike 3 is? Oh, yeah, I get it. So he walks away. Coast is clear. Batteries back in the pool.
Did you look to make sure the coast was clear?
For sure. I was very careful.
Okay.
He came around the corner, fished the batteries out, grabbed me by the hand, spanked my little ass till it was nice and red. And I never put any more batteries in the pool or crossed him in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. I never got hit again.
Oh, really?
No, because
did you ever do anything to deserve it? Not until I gave you a left hook.
That's true, but I got called on a few strikes over the years.
A southpaw, as we say.
He would do things like this to me. That's strike 1. Now you knew that was the end. You weren't going to push it.
Don, do you think the 3 strikes and you're out rule for humans is good outside of baseball?
I love the 3 strikes rule.
Yeah,
I like the 3 strikes rule.
It's an American tradition to boot. Yeah. It's a big American
it shows
tradition.
people that you mean business, because if you don't do that,
I could promise you this: if the people you saw on the street had been taught the 3 strikes principle by Ray Reynolds sometime along the way, we would have not had what we had going on last night, because nobody would have pulled it. Nobody. Because Ray Reynolds would have come out and spanked every one of you.
Yes. Today was a bit of a... Okay, hold on.
No switch. He got me with his hand.
Today was a bit of a rough day for me with seeing all that is going on in the country, but I'm still keeping positive and singing those songs because love and laughter is the key to happiness. Now,
that's right.
That's Seth. But it's funny, Seth, because I did have a funny feeling about you.
You know, that was disturbing.
Yeah, but I didn't know what it was. So
you know, when you're a young person,
you said that.
And also when you're a young person, and this is just the beginning of your time, this is their time.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your time? How are you going to handle this country? Because you are the future, Seth, and all of the people that age.
Oh, yeah.
You are the future. What are you going to do? Are you going to let this kind of stuff go on? Are you going to have that kind of a mentality?
My boy.
No, he's not. I'm speaking philosophically.
He's going to make the world happy.
No, you saw right away. He was distressed by that.
Yeah. But you know, it's funny. I've only met Seth once, but I have a connection with him.
Well, the big connection is he's the trivia king.
He's right. You know, he's very special. There's no doubt about it. But the thing is actually feel Seth. So when I noticed that you weren't here, I had an immediate kind of like, is Seth okay?
Where's Seth?
Yeah. And it was the kind of like, are you okay? Because some days are really hard. And some days, you know, I mean, yesterday was a really rough day for me. Today I woke up, felt like $1 million. I slept for 5 hours, not a lot, but it was good quality sleep. I'll take it, right? Because we were up till 4 in the morning.
Somebody just said, love, wins over evil. And that's very true.
Yes.
As long as we are exercising it very publicly, the same way people are publicly exercising this so-called right to protest, which has gotten out of control, you can also exercise the right to show people goodness and pay it forward.
Oh, Liz is here. Liz Cochran. We always use 3 strikes, she said. My kids still talk about it. I tell you.
I bet your kids aren't out on the street right now.
Hey, Cheryl Davidson. It's really good to see everybody. I just feel so happy and lucky.
Tell them Dora's not here. Some people are coming in late.
Oh, I know. Sorry, Dora is on vacation. She works really hard. Letty works really hard too. Dora wouldn't have probably wanted to go, but what's that? Okay. So she went to Orlando, and she will be back
going
in
to
a
Disney
week.
World. She's gonna.
No, she's not going. She didn't even want to get on the plane. She was like. She has the
sanitizers.
Spray. She took like 5 bottles of this to spray the plane, the tray table, her fingers, people next to her. She was really
I could tell
paranoid.
I'll tell you one thing we can all look at now. It's going to be very interesting. If you go by the science that we've heard so far, there will be massive outbreaks in every one of these cities that has had those big protests.
If science is correct.
You go by what we've been told.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying...
If there are not massive
If there isn't an outbreak...
in New York,
then
Chicago,
something
LA,
is really wrong.
Or really right.
No, I mean, you could
say...
No,
what I'm saying is, it would be good if that didn't happen.
No, it's all good, but it would be bad in the sense...
Things that make you go, Right, because everybody's out there.
One of two things.
Only a few people were wearing masks.
One of two things is true.
What?
Either... it spreads socially in these groups the way people have talked about, and it's going to be a nightmare what happened because of all that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it doesn't actually spread the way they thought, just like we've now been told that it doesn't spread so easily on surfaces and a lot of other things that are walking back on.
I'm so confused. I don't know the rules anymore.
by the way,
I was out today. Everyone was wearing a mask today.
Neither do they. Well, that's good, but neither do they. And so better safe than sorry. Everything has been done under the premise of better safe than sorry. But look at the price. Here's my theory. This isn't at all about George, and being killed by the police.
Yeah.
This is about being cooped up for 2 months, a lot of people, and taking away their jobs and taking away everything from people. They don't have rent money. They don't have food money. They don't have anything. You coop them up for 2 months and you don't offer them much of a lifeline at all. And then you wonder what happens when they all come running out first chance they get to justifiably come out. Not that it was really justifiable.
Ryan Clements. Yeah. Yes.
Truly.
Yes.
Perfect storm.
Yeah. Yes, Ryan Clements, you will see Dora. He hasn't met Dora yet, I don't think. And so you're coming out. She'll be back in a week. So she'll be back way before you get here. And I cannot wait, pal, till you get here. We are going to have so much fun. I miss you so much. And you land here on your birthday.
When is he really coming?
Is that a locked date?
Is that a locked-in day?
I think so. I have to go back and look, but I think
you tell him if he's late, he doesn't get the Star Wars game.
You're getting the Star Wars machine.
No,
Ryan,
he's not
getting the Star Wars machine.
If he's here on time,
make sure you get that Star Wars machine.
If he's here on the 12th or before,
no,
anytime.
No, it was not the 12th.
What is it?
The 15th.
Oh,
I think.
Okay, so if he gets here on the 15th.
No, he's getting the game. He's getting it. Okay, Jennifer Getz is here.
How's Marty?
Hi, Marty and Jennifer from Tennessee. Hi, beautiful. How are you?
Well, Nashville got its ass kicked too.
Yeah. Well, a lot did. So let's see. I have a few little videos if you want to have a little bit of fun. Oh, wait, a couple pieces of news. First of all, Todd, do you want to talk about anything? Did anything good happen to you today? Because when I got up today, I said...
Okay, here it is. You've heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Kat is pregnant.
Oh, God.
No, I'm sorry. Kat has new pets. That's what it was. I knew it was something about babies.
No.
No? You have a new baby.
I do. I have.
Turkey.
I got a new turkey.
There you go.
Her name is Popcorn.
So she doesn't have to get pregnant to have babies.
No.
But you have a new baby.
And that ship has sailed. The boat has left the dock. It's not happening, but I got a new turkey.
You have a turkey.
I got a turkey. Popcorn for Charlie.
I actually have the video of her.
No, don't.
Not that one. The
no.
other. You never. No. The normal one.
Not that.
The normal
one. They
one.
told us she was a year old, but she's really more like 6 months tops. So I'm going to go get her sister tomorrow because I think she's depressed because she was taken away from her sister, which I really wasn't aware of until I started thinking about why she might be so down. So I'll bring her sister here tomorrow. So we'll have 2 little turkeys here.
Here, I'll tell you what. I will show them. I'm going to show them your. I'm going to show them your turkey.
We'll have more than that, yeah, in a year or so.
Go ahead, John. Punch that up.
Okay, so
there she is.
That's Popcorn, the little one. She's having a little bit of a hard time because it was very hot. So
well, you see the misters.
See the misters? I put the water misters on.
Punch up Apple TV Direct. You'll see it bigger.
And then, so that's my baby, Popcorn, and there's Charlie. She put a lot of spring in Charlie's step. Now I've had to separate them.
Right? You want to see it again?
Yes, I had to look at Bullet on the right. Look how tiny. She's a miniature, but look how tiny Bullet is next to the big white turkey. Bullet? Right there. There's Bullet on the bottom right.
Okay, and then I zoomed in. And she walked into frame anyway.
She walked into frame. She's black and white as well.
The emu just walked by in the background.
And there's my babies, but she's too young to put in there.
So I wasn't lying when I said you had a baby, right? Isn't that what you were talking?
No,
that's not the news.
No.
There's other news?
Well, okay. So last night,
I don't know what else there could be.
I said my prayers. I woke up this morning. I felt really good when I woke up this morning. And I said the thing that Joel Osteen taught me to say in 2007 or 8, whatever. I think that was the year that I first met him. And I said, Lord God, something really good is going to happen to me today. And I said something was going to happen. Good was going to happen for us today is what I did. I said this morning. But I get up and say that all the time because that's what you do. I'm going to do a show maybe tomorrow about some cool stuff like that. So I'll let you know. But anyway, so then about an hour goes by. And I'm getting ready to go because I'm going to help somebody do something. And you got a phone call. And you got a job. A cool job.
Well, we have the beginning of it. I mean, it's
the beginning of a very cool job.
Right. So many of you know that the Raiders are coming to town.
Las Vegas Raiders are coming. And you want to know something? I wish I could be their personal hypnotist because I would love to see the Raiders get their glory here in our great city.
We'll get all that in place. I had been talking to them for quite a while, or even before they even built the stadium. Not that it's done yet, but I just suggested that I'd like to. No, I'm okay. I wanted to do something with them again. And in 1982, roughly, I did a video for the LA Raiders at the time called We Wear the Silver, We Wear the Black. Mm-hmm. And it's a pretty cool rock video of its time. But it led to doing some other videos and things for them. And I haven't done anything for them in a long time. But when they came to town, I said I'd love to do something with them. And so looks like I'm going to do a commercial for them, introducing them to Las Vegas.
So you're going to direct it?
I'll direct it. Our production company will put up, provide the production facilities equipment. Yeah. And we're going to have Dawn do some production design. But we still have to.
Dawn, your timing was so good.
She just happened to be here.
Do you see how good God is? Wow. You call, you text me. I'm lonely. I miss you. I said, well, then come on out.
Down.
It got here last night, and this morning you got a job.
Well,
that's so awesome.
What's interesting about
you'll get paid the medium bucks, right?
Nobody ever thought the Raiders would be in Las Vegas.
I am so excited.
But I think a lot of people got very excited about the Golden Knights.
Yeah.
And who would have thought a hockey team would have meant anything in Las Vegas? And there are some diehard fans. It's created an amazing, loyal fan base. Everybody has a lot of fun.
We're a very proud city, Las Vegas. And, it's an amazing place. I've talked about it many times. And I love Las Vegas. And Las Vegas is a fun place to come on a vacation. There's so much to do here, no matter what age you are. There's so much to see. Or you can come here and go to Red Rock Canyon and go hiking. It just is the spectrum of, chill to thrill is what our city is about. So that's why.
And now you introduce into that the professional football, and this stadium is spectacular.
Yeah.
Once more, the stadium, it's not just a football stadium. It's going to handle the UNLV football games as well. but also it's going to be used for concert events and things like that. So I think it's going to add
the stadium they built is
big.
Gorgeous. How many seats are in
John,
there?
what was it? 60? 65,000.
60,000 people.
Yeah, but they fill that stuff up.
But what group could fill that up?
Well, there are concerts that do get promoted that fill up stadiums like that.
Like, for example, who do you think would fill up a 60,000 seat theater?
A great example
Bruno
is
Mars?
Well,
John?
any big band that even, who knows, but it depends on could be a group of people. Country people.
Yeah, I would love to see Garth Brooks. I didn't see him.
But it's not necessary that you fill up the whole stadium either, because what they do is they'll usually take one end of it.
And social distancing, how long will this go on? June 4th, Las Vegas opens again as far as hotels and casinos. Am I right about this? June
That's
4th.
correct. Well, that's the plan prior to all of this shenanigans.
Right.
But here's something we could all speak into existence, that this thing would just fizzle the hell out. There's been other viruses.
Which thing? Oh, the virus.
The virus would fizzle the hell out.
Yeah.
You can quote me on that. Just like what happened with SARS and some other things that I have lived through for many years. I've seen this stuff happen before. Everybody freaks out and this is going to take over the world. And yes, that is a possibility. But what if they're all wrong and this thing fizzles out and we can all move back to life? That's what we should speak into existence.
Well, and I do believe in speaking things into existence. I am really excited because June 4th, they're going to open our city. And what's really kind of cool about that, too, is, and then they're booking the smaller shows in June, like variety acts and things like that. They're going to open those shows. They're at least selling tickets for those shows right now on Vegas.com. I went there to see. And then July, the big shows are supposed to open. And God, just think about it. That's next.
It's coming.
Tomorrow is.
I don't know how they're going to deal with it,
today?
but I wish them all the best.
Today's the 1st?
Conductor.
Where did this
Albert
year
at the
go?
wedding. Albert
in
gives
my
hugs.
living room. That's where.
Albert gives hugs. Albert at the wedding.
Okay.
Baby conductor.
Now Albert gives hugs. Albert's a turkey. Okay. We've had turkeys before. Not all turkeys are like Albert. But this is a very short video to introduce you to Albert, who is a turkey that was rescued the day before Thanksgiving in a California place that was selling turkeys for people to.
Well, point up at the screen. John will go to camera 2.
All right.
Went to camera 1.
So this is Albert, and that's Albert's daddy. And Albert loves his daddy.
I think it's...
Remember when my turkey used to do that?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
You got whacked. My turn.
The bird and a jealous dog.
This is my time with Daddy.
I love this guy. He has such a good energy to him.
I'm surprised Albert doesn't.
He loves him. Look. Now he looks like Charlie, doesn't he?
It's the same exact turkey.
Look how much he loves that bird.
I'm wondering, if he is just abnormal or if, there's a lot of turkeys.
Look how good for his kids.
You know what I mean? I have no idea. I'm curious.
There you go.
Okay, so that's Albert. And I had a turkey that was, do you remember my turkey that used to hug me like that? So I'm going to work with the babies that are coming to see
Probably
if I
you
can
have a picture of it somewhere.
get them.
You want Albert at the wedding?
Hugging turkeys, hugging deer, hugging birds. So anyway, this next one is Albert. Also, Albert's a huge internet star.
Is he?
Yes. And so Albert goes to a wedding. This is Albert going to a wedding. I love
on the receiving line, the bride, and here in the lineup is Albert. He's waiting to see the bride and the groom, aren't you, Albert? Yes, you are. In the wedding reception. Is that your table, Albert? What table are you at, buddy? Here's the head table. All our guests. And Albert! Hi, buddy. We love the reception. Oh, he loves the party.
See, all of those change colors. That's great.
He's singing.
Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Uptown Funk gon' give Uptown Funk don't give it to you.
Now, come on. My sister said your turkey would whimper when you hugged her. You know what? And hey, Rick Martin, welcome to the room. Yes, we're not
It's the
going to play
hug felt
anything else.
across the
Yes.
internet.
Oh,
More
that
than 50 million views and counting.
So before we go
Meet
to the
Albert
next
the
one,
pet.
before we go to the next one, because I'll set that up too. But turkeys are super smart, like chickens. But was it Benjamin Franklin that wanted to
Yeah.
make the turkey the
National
bird?
He
not
said
the eagle?
the bald eagle is a dumbass bird compared to the turkey. That's a quote.
And can I tell you,
Maybe not quite in that
I've
phrase.
never
It's
had
true.
a bald eagle. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I miss that hugging turkey every day.
Speaking of big birds,
Mm-hmm.
I think I see one now.
Who? Is there a big bird here?
Speaking of big birds,
Uh oh.
ladies and gentlemen,
Chicken Man is here, isn't he?
the big bird has arrived. This bird, though, has now it's the bird hugs, but he also has gastric
Would
issues.
you give him your oh, well, we just couldn't have a show without.
Speaking of big birds,
Well, people don't know what they would do without Chicken Man.
certain shows have mascots. Teams have mascots.
We have a Chicken Man and Pooter. This is
I am Chicken Man. Oh, that's done. Oh, God.
all right.
Get that man a paper towel.
Don't get him a paper towel. Get him a sham wow.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
We're past paper towels.
No, we give him a whole roll. Here, clean that up, man. You left something on the step.
Oh, someone called you fart.
Let me see that.
All right, so he has
Oh
not.
man, that is gross. That is gross.
I got to tell you, although all the girls out there must be saying this, take me now, because this is a big turn on, right?
Well, I mean, some girls like big turkeys.
Thank you, Chicken Man, for making yourself. And one quick hop.
That was good in there. He's been practicing these sound effects for days.
Exactly. When you're in a crisis like the pandemic, you got to take what you can get. For
No, I
talent.
mean, some people are doing arts and crafts, building models. Bobby's been practicing on the pooter machine. He told me when he said when this thing first happened, he brought his guitar. He was going to really get good at the guitar.
Yeah.
But he decided that was child stuff. He needed to work on the pooter
Oh,
operation
my
as
God.
opposed to anything else.
Everybody
Not
knows
everybody.
who he is. That's we made him famous.
Pooter executive.
Poor Dwight. They're saying
You didn't even see Dwight blink.
no. He's. Are you kidding? If anyone is used to the dramatic life, it's Dwight for sure.
Dwight did nothing. He didn't even go.
What
It's
you
like,
doing, Johnny boy?
whatever.
Thank you. It's really good. Okay, so anyway, the turkey is super smart, and Benjamin Franklin did think the turkey should be the national bird. My spirit animal is a chicken, but I'm got these turkeys now, so I think I'm going to turn them into this. So I love that guy with his turkey, making the world happy. I found something else in there that I thought was really amazing. Have you ever heard of like a child prodigy that can play the piano like in concerto at 3 years old, that sort of thing? Don't you ever wonder how that happens? Did you get your microphone back? Okay, here it comes. Because what do you think, honey, when a 3-year-old can play the piano like a virtuoso? How does that happen?
I would say that's a gift.
You would say it's a gift.
I might go a little further and
I
say
think you
there's
need to go further, because I personally have seen this, and it makes me wonder.
Well, first of all, if you go way, way, way back where, you couldn't say, oh, this runs in the family kind of stuff.
right?
Then, or does it? So there are.
No, it's chords. It's
No, but
it's way more than just a gene.
No, it's a patching, but I don't know that I think it is in your DNA.
Well, I'm not saying it's not in the DNA. I'm just saying how
think
do they
everything-
learn all of that in this little mind?
I
that,
think everything is in the DNA, including a propensity to have a gift at anything, whether it be arts or singing or playing music or math
Yeah.
or anything. I believe it is in the genes, and I don't believe the genes are necessarily linear where you're like, oh, that had to come from your mother, your grandfather, your great grandfather, because the gene pool goes back thousands of years. So technically the DNA
right.
goes back thousands of years, which means that your DNA has potentially thousands of people.
Okay, now wait a minute. So if you think this,
I don't have to think it. This is just science.
all right, so this is fact.
It's not debatable.
All right.
What
so,
is debatable is whether or not within the DNA there are handed down things that would constitute or we would call a gift. I also have told you before that I don't believe in reincarnation. And
That's what I was going to ask.
Right.
you.
So people go, oh my God, you don't believe in reincarnation. How could you not believe in reincarnation? And it's because I believe that within the DNA, many people do have a connection to some other person or persons way, way back or even not that far back. And it's in the DNA. So if the DNA can memorize your eyes, hair, even your potential health structure, if all that information, all that coding is in there, why not memories? Why not things or gifts or other things? It would explain a lot. It would allow us to relax about some of these things. It'll let you kill flies again because you didn't wipe out your grandfather or somebody you knew from the past. Because I don't have a particular. There are in the Hindu religion.
Well, that's an interesting. What do you think about that, Don?
I think it would explain a propensity towards having a talent, but I don't know if it explains, say, a Mozart who was composing at 3.
Yeah.
Maybe being able to play at 3, but to
And I sometimes, of course, what are children exposed to? But at 3, everything's still forming. You know what I mean? Like you're just now starting to understand, and even not yet, that there are other people in the world besides
Well,
your,
of all
mommy
people,
and
though,
daddy. You know what I mean? It's
but
like
of all people,
you haven't been socialized yet.
But you know better than anybody that the mind is a funny thing.
No, the mind is
and
a
you don't
magic
know,
thing.
and so
Yes.
so the mind is full of. It looks like a big, huge oak tree, right? It's got all these branches and little branches, and they lead out to all these things. And within all of that structure is what looks to me like a patch bay, and people get patched in different directions. You can repatch yourself. You can get repatched by taking too many drugs. A lot of things can happen. How else would you explain the difference between, say, Carrie and I?
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, there were some gifts that came with the differences between Carrie and I. We were identical in many ways. Our eye color, our hair color, skin, a lot of things were identical. But when it came to a lot of other things, we were radically different.
Right. Well, I just saw
But she had a gift, right? Right from when she was a young little girl, she had a writing
no
gift.
doubt, yeah.
I can show you her diaries when she was 12 that would blow your mind.
Yeah.
I mean, people know her books later, but I can show you things that she was writing about and talking about at 14 that most people aren't ever thinking about.
Well, I am not entirely sure what you can, if you read me the subject header, but I was thinking about this a lot when I was watching videos today because that
was the only other one you had left.
Yeah. So I just want to see what it is because I was looking at 3. I don't have that much time to find things, but it really started me to think about. It
says Catherine Hicklin nude.
That's
a different one. Sorry.
God.
No, it says baby conductor.
Right. So this baby
commercials
cannot be. This baby cannot be. I don't know, 2 maybe. And see what she's doing.
When can I skip the ads?
It says skip ads.
Okay.
It's too loud.
It's going to be a conductor.
Absolutely. But look at the face. This is not a normal thing right here. What we're looking at is an extraordinary. little complex mind, very feeling everything. Now watch. I mean, what do you make of this? Like to see this, you have to understand. I'm watching this and I'm thinking that child is going to be a conductor. There is just no doubt about it, because she
Either
wasn't
that or into mime.
into mime. But I think that I think a conductor, because
No, it was incredible the way that the body movements were going with the music, and could be a dancer. Like if you think about a ballet dancer, they move very much in harmony with the music like that. But
yes,
the
that's
point
true.
though is that the child has a connection to
Did
sound.
you hear? See the
It's feeling
eyes
music, yeah.
closed,
Right,
and the child was feeling everything right into her soul,
and moving to it.
and moving to it.
Not
When I
everybody
saw
does
that,
that.
I was thinking, wow. I mean, I knew what I wanted to do for a living when I was that age, maybe another year later. I knew what I was here to do. I knew it. I just knew it. And, everything I did as a kid led me to the path that I took, took me into entertainment, acting, and everything else I do. And I think that most kids do that have a real career, know, like, when did you know, Dawn, that you wanted to do set design? And I mean, when did you think, oh, I could do that?
Actually, it's funny because we're back to 77s, but I had a really dear friend who came from a really small town, and he would get these books on like how to make liquid latex masks and things like that. And when you're from where I'm from, like somebody who's up to interesting things like that, it was really fun. So I kind of got drawn into it. I didn't know, but then
Go to one, John. Yeah.
but my friend did.
Right.
He knew for sure. And then I just got
Did
sucked
he
into
become
helping
a
with-
special
He
effects
became a director
makeup,
and a special effects person.
Special
Yeah.
effects, yeah. That's. And how about you? I mean, I know
I still don't know what I want to do. I'm trying to figure
he's
it out.
still growing up.
No, but I'm close. I'm very close
Yeah.
to knowing what I want to do.
Well, I'll tell you, magic happens
I'm
when you
thinking-
know what you want to do.
I'm thinking, I know it's not cooking. There was never really a time where it was that.
Oh, I remember
and
once you
Pastry
made me
chef?
something, and
I cook. What are you
yeah,
talking about? I've cooked a few things that are decent.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, but just because you can
I
cook
make guacamole.
doesn't mean you love to cook.
No, it's not. It's not that.
Yeah.
And so that
When finding what you love to do is really when things
so when
cook.
my whole life
when
people
they
have been
happen.
asking me that question, and they've also said things like to me like, "Oh, are you going to be like a singer? Like your mom and dad and all that." And I remember saying at a certain point when I was maybe a teenager, and I said, "Well, I don't think that there are really too many more crooners, being catapulted into fame right now. So I don't think that's a path. And that's the only way I know how to sing. So that's not my passion anyway." And you start to figure out that even though you can do something, that may not be your passion or what you're really good at. So I have sort of the ability to do certain things fairly well, a lot of things, different things. So it's hard sometimes to find the one thing, or is there just one thing? Do I have to just do one thing? Like I love to play golf. So what was my goal?
You wanted to be on the senior PGA.
Well, I didn't say PGA. I said just on the amateur.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know all the golf slang.
Well,
'cause
I know.
I'm not
I
a
mean,
golfer, but
so there's a U.S. Amateurs Association, Golf Association. That's what I did get ranked in the state last year. Playing in some tournaments. Hopefully, we'll have some tournaments this year. But that was a little minor goal because I do love the game. It's a great game, and
very few people fall into a career. People do, but I'll tell you,
well, my mother did.
Right. It was her destiny, no doubt about that. But I think, one of the greatest things I always tell people is at the end of every show, you've heard me say it a million times.
Well, you're the master at empowering people.
Oh.
No, I don't mean that.
Thank you.
I'm not saying that. She does a job at the end of every show where she essentially speaks empowering words and a blessing over the audience that is fantastic. It's as good as any I've ever heard by anybody, including somebody like Osteen or anybody else. It's fantastic. It is every bit as empowering. It is. It is every bit as empowering. It's the same principles at work. Where you're speaking these empowering words over people. They're powerful. They penetrate their soul. and hopefully they go out and act upon that inspiration.
You know what? I have to tell you, I've had people come to me a few years later after a show, because I will often go and play the same city 2, 3, 4, 5 years in a row. And I've had people tell me that their lives changed because of that moment, because I always invite people to close their eyes during this time of the show, because I want you to not just hear my words, but feel my words. And then actually, they're not my words.
No, I know, but,
so
but
they come through me.
So are you?
But,
even though this wasn't planned, it would be a good time to do that.
What to after we give away stuff to close the show with it?
You close the show the way you close your live show.
John, you might have to get the music ready.
We could do that. No, I'll be ready to do that. I know where it is.
It's the end of the show.
I know where it is.
The blessing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll do it tonight, because it would be. Thank you. For letting me do that, because you know what, I haven't done it in a long time. And it's fun.
I think that we can do a show like this and have some fun, and we can say some things. Mm-hmm. Maybe we say some things that strike a chord and inspire somebody along the way. But something about that too is very penetrating, where somebody says, "This is for you. This is intended to affect you."
Yeah.
You can get it out of that chair. You can affect your life differently. When you do stuff like that, it is powerful and it does change people. And sometimes it takes a little push.
Well, you know what the truth is? People change themselves.
Right.
It is just an inspiration to do so. I mean, that happens with us whenever we see a performer, maybe, or when we read a book or see a movie. We're always being influenced by something. Uh-huh. And so it is within us that that change happens, because we have to be the ones to decide that we want it.
So the acting,
or it could be like a switch that you flip up.
Well,
for somebody.
To me, the acting power that affects that change, that affects people to move forward and make a change, is this, and the switch you're talking about is faith. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean faith like the cliche use of the word faith as it might be used in terms of I'm a member of this faith or another faith. Yeah. I'm talking about
what faith really is.
Yeah. So faith is actually an energy form, much like gravity. Mm-hmm. So gravity is a energy form that's invisible. But which one of you would deny the existence of gravity? Yet it doesn't exist. The only proof that it exists is because we call it gravity, and we all can't jump up and down and fly up into outer space. So we're under its influence. Same thing about faith. It's the same thing. It's like gravity. It influences your life every day. The words that you say, the things that you think, act, are the change agent that makes it forward. It's the buttons that you're pushing. The words you say are the buttons that activate faith, one way or the other. Faith can be activated in reverse. You can push a button and say something negative. It has a negative effect.
Yeah.
But that's a powerful thing to do. People very much underestimate the power of those faith.
We can change our energy, and that changes everything around us. And so, love is a powerful energy.
Well, that's like gravity. It's another invisible force.
Yeah.
But back to faith just for 1 second. So there is a Bible verse that explains what faith is that I've always gravitated towards, which I will quote it for you because
I'm ready. I know it and I love it, and I'm ready for it.
Yeah, because it's one that we all have to think about.
Yeah.
So faith is a substance of things hoped for, yet it's the evidence of things not yet seen. So in other words, if I already have it in my hands and I'm holding it, that doesn't require faith. It's already here. Actions of faith are on things that are not seen. Yeah. So you need to, in order to activate faith, it has to be an invisible thing. But I love that verse because it explains something in a non-religious fashion.
Right.
And it's like if somebody were to read you the laws of gravity, what affects the laws of gravity, it's very mechanical and very... This is how it works. Same thing with that. To me, that's just the roadmap to activating faith.
Well, I think that's a really great subject, and I love the subject of faith because, again, I don't have a prove it to me mind for that because I understand energy. I understand how I can feel people or know what someone's thinking or feeling, and I don't even know them. It's really an energy that you feel, not a woo-woo thing. You feel what they feel. It's almost like the strangest it's momentarily, when you feel something from somebody, you don't take on the feeling and live with it for the rest of the night, week, or your life. It comes and it goes. It just comes and it goes. So, I know how strong energy can be. And I know that if we change the energy around us, which is why I'm always telling people, if you want to know what your life is going to look like in 10 years or 5 years, just look at the people you're hanging around with. And if people are pulling you down, they have to go. If people are making you unhappy, they have to go. They have to go somewhere else and be who they are. They don't have to stop being who they are. They just have to go be who they are somewhere else. And so
I like your other expression.
Which one?
These things just snap right off.
Well, hey, these things just snap right
now,
off.
I think you were talking about ex-husbands and stuff.
No,
people.
I have no bad. I only have one.
But it did snap off.
It snapped off, but I have no bad feelings. You know what I mean?
Some people actually have to use these lightsabers to cut ties.
Exactly.
To sever ties.
I think that people can agree to part and still have a lot of love between them, because so many people grow up together. So for example, I was married for 17 years to Michael, and we grew up together, went through deaths in the family together. And at the age that we got married to the age where we ended our marriage, we lived a third of our lives together. So I would be very sad if he was not my friend. They would be like, what a waste of, and I think if people have the right guidance, they can get out of relationships.
Part of the journey.
Yeah. With love and honor, and not at each other all the time.
See, the way I see that is he was just laying the groundwork for me.
Well, I do remember him saying something pretty nice to you once.
Did he?
He was at our wedding.
Yes, he was.
But yes, he did. We went to get something at his house, and he said, "Do you remember what he said?"
No.
You have the worst memory. Last night we were.
I have a great memory, except for stuff like that, because it's like,
No, what is it?
Water off a duck.
Why?
No, I mean, not in a negative way. I have selective memory. I store data.
He said, "I'm just really glad. She's the best girl I know, and I'm really glad she found someone that would love her right." That's what he said.
No.
And I remember being completely stunned. I was stunned at this, because I just thought,
like that.
No, he's a very deep, person, but that he said that to you in front of me was like, oh, like that's a moment that a girl doesn't get to live, with that often.
Yeah.
So, and it says a lot about.
No, but I can relate to that too, though, because you're trying. He was, he had protective thoughts for you.
Yeah, because you spend a third of your life with somebody, and they. And they're there for you, and you go through all of life stuff. And so, if I had a wish for people whose relationships aren't going to go the distance or something, it would always be that they could, if they were going to separate, because sometimes I counsel couples, often, and I always know that there's still something left for them to talk about, or if there's nothing left for them to talk about. And I always just wish,
the party's over.
It's time to call it a day, right? It's so true. All right. So how about
the time has come.
We are going to give away a few things.
Give away a couple things.
Let's give away a couple things, and then let's have a blessing. What do you say?
You do that.
I'm going to do let's give things away.
Here's something you can give away.
Addresses, Kat, for the thing.
Oh, what'd you say?
And get addresses for those.
Oh, okay. I need addresses of Lucy Apple, Samantha Matthews, and Jennifer Gans. I need addresses for all three of you who won things, and I don't know where those addresses are. So if you're out there tonight, or any of these people,
you should send email and address to the Cat Cosmetics thing, or to this.
You can send it to me at right here at
Facebook.
I'm so tired. At Facebook, on my instant message, or you can send it to info@catcosmetics.com. Letty will be standing by to get that to me. So those three people, I need your address. And look what Todd just gave me. Yay. A hardcover. These are hard to find.
They're hard to find.
I don't even know if I have a hardcover.
Well, I might be able to get one for you.
You know people, right?
Well, I don't know about that, but I have a few stashed.
And I have my
That's one of the
book
ones
too, but I'll
stashed.
do that tomorrow.
But I actually found 3 of them today, and I thought
But
we
look,
would share
I
one.
love this book because look at what they did on the inside. If you can see that, just the jacket. Look at that great artwork they did there with
Show them the middle.
the
color-
middle
the color.
is, oh my goodness.
There are 200 photographs in the book to go with the chapters.
So you have
Some go with the chapters.
You have
Point it this
all
way.
of, I'm just trying to get into a page here. So just all those, and then tons of pictures. And then back here, more pictures. And then there's the color pictures. See?
Yes.
And I got to say, I'm a Hollywood nut, and I read stories in there I had never imagined or heard of. It's a really wonderful read.
Yeah.
Well, the book
Really, really
was written out of sort of a urgency
Oh,
to
this
set
book
the
is so
record
good.
straight, because I knew a lot of people were going to write about my mother and sister after they passed. And I had a lot of stories, and I also thought, wow, that came to an end pretty quick for them. Fortunately, they were able to write some beautiful books. However,
Yes.
nothing really told the tale from front to back.
From
so
front to back, baby.
So I was able to kind of go literally from, I tell the story of how I was conceived and all the way up to my mother and sister exiting the earth and graduating to heaven.
Right.
And, it's beautiful. There's wonderful, funny things. It's also very sad at times, but it's also
life can
about
be
how
like
you
that.
overcome these
Yeah.
things. And so hopefully we've been talking about empowering people. Hopefully the person that wins this will, need to be inspired.
And you will sign it for them.
And I will sign it for them. And
I'm just looking at all the pictures. I haven't seen them.
hold up that color one there, that red one. You're ruining it.
I'm not ruining anything.
Okay, we're not ruining it. Oh, there's
Okay.
look at that picture
This
there.
is when we first started dating, right here,
Uh-huh.
right? That was my first kind of like selfie with you, I think.
Yep.
And then this is your mom and me and you. We were at her last performance in Las Vegas.
Right.
Backstage.
Yep.
And she wasn't feeling well at all. And I remember thinking how she could just go out there and put a show on when she didn't feel well. And I had cried myself all the way through the show. And so
And then the black and white
so
one.
I
up
look
there.
terrible in that picture, and who cares? But I cried all the way through that show.
So I also put on my website pictures that go with each chapter.
Right.
So on toddfisher.com, you can actually, as you're reading the book, instead of you being limited to a handful of pictures that could be put in a book, but it's 400 pages. It's a substantial
It's a
book.
beautiful book. So we're going to give this away. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Do you have anything you want to do, or do you want me to take the wheel here?
Well, I'd like it to be something random so that you don't have to
Random?
not
Okay.
something that anybody has to be particularly good at.
Oh my gosh.
Because somebody may want to
Wait a minute. Okay. First of all, hey, Patty Hughes. Okay, here we go. I am going to go into my mailbox.
So Sandy Lee says she won't participate because she's already won a book.
Oh, Sandy, thank you for letting someone else have a shot at this. This is great.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that because there are
so
people.
I'm looking because I think Ryan sent me new trivia today.
Well,
Trivia. Huh? There's some trivia in front of you. Yeah, but, I'm not sure about maybe there's 2 questions here. It's the one he sent today. Okay. Famous, okay, we did famous slogans. Brian is the king of finding stuff, and he's a teacher, and he's still teaching, so he doesn't have all the time in the world to do this for me.
Well, just hit the paper. Let's go.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to let you pick.
You want me to pick?
Put your seeing eye
I'm
dogs
not.
on.
I don't know much about like daytime TV.
No, it's not daytime. He has trivia, not about,
Wait, how about since it's a book, how about we do a books to film trivia?
I think I've done most of them. They're not marked.
Let me see.
Okay, I'll let you pick, and then I'll do numbers tonight because I know people really love when I do numbers because everybody gets a shot at it.
Oh.
All right, so
They're all the same.
yeah, does anything there blow your skirt up, honey? Is there anything that you see that we could do? Okay, here we go.
This is all it's all kind
Too
of
hard?
Yes, most of this is really
Okay,
hard.
so I'll go back to the easel. And we have slogans. Do we still have that one over there? All right, so
Nobody's going to know the answer to the one about the slinky.
You just gave it away.
It's impossible.
You just
Nobody.
You just gave it away.
No, I didn't give the answer.
No, because that was the answer.
No, it isn't. It's not.
Scratch
It's how many.
the-
It's how many feet.
How many feet of wire does it take to make a slinky?
Okay.
80 feet. So that one's done because you already talked
It's
about
an
it.
impossible question.
Okay, but Ryan's very intelligent, so
He may be intelligent, but
okay.
that is one no one else would
All
get.
right, here we go. Now this is what I'm going to need you to do. Do you have nostalgic toys in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so let's go to number 1. And what you do is look at the answer, and then watch as the roll by. Now this is where it gets a little tricky because
You have to watch the
it
scrolls.
scrolls by super fast. Super fast.
Poised and ready.
Are you poised and ready? And it's the first person that you see that has the right answer. And sometimes you're going to have to go. We have
and
to
just
go back.
blurt out their name when
Yeah.
you see it, so we don't have to go back.
Here we go,
Okay. Oh gosh.
ladies and gentlemen. Start your engines.
How many
your
feet
fingers-
of wire?
Put your fingers on the keys and get ready to type the answer to this question. What doll was created in 1959 and was named after the inventor's daughter? What doll was created in 1959 and was named after the inventor's daughter? Oh, my sister's in here. I love you, Kim. Let's see here. Oh,
Up.
yep. Rolla Bedford. I saw it too. Rolla, you were the first one to weigh in, and her name is Barbie. I had a Malibu Barbie, but honestly, when I was a little girl, I was more like a little boy because I was raised a lot by a single dad. So I actually preferred the G.I. Joe with Kung Fu grip and lifelike hair. But I did have a Barbie.
I was not aware of the Kung Fu grip till later.
Oh, yeah. The Kung Fu grip, I was all about
You
it.
must have had that as like a teenager.
Congratulations, we say. Congratulations to Rolla.
Rolla, hold
Make
up the
sure
book.
the book
She
is
wins.
coming your way.
We'll write your name
You're
down.
the wiener. So go ahead and make sure I have your address. And I have a really good prize that some people I think are going to really want. And some
We're
people
only
may-
doing 3 tonight, so
3.
pick
I
them
know.
carefully.
All right. This is
Todd blew number 4.
huh? Todd's doing 4. John, I want to tell you that I'm so glad you bought more than one whoopee cushion because one broke the other night. I'm not going to say whose rear end it was under when it broke, but we went.
They don't
through
make
one-
those whoopee cushions like they used to. I can only tell you that.
All right, so John, are you able to focus on this table right here? Sure. Okay. I had these, and I demonstrated them the other day when I did Friday night when I did the relationship hour power of relationship, and I think people were like, "Where did you get that? Where did you get that?" They're really not easy to get, but I got some more. So these are so fun. What an icebreaker! Give your grandmother a heart attack. So don't do that. But you know about the new Viagra, right?
No, but I've seen you.
Yeah. So the new Viagra, the still blue, the price is off the charts for Viagra. Anyone that buys it knows it. But this one is 10 times more expensive because it just really works. It's just an amazing pill. It's unbelievable, really. So the other night,
Put the bottle down there. See the
Okay.
close up.
there you go.
Turn the label.
It's the Viagra. So
this is for the extra strength Viagra.
this is the extra strength Viagra. And the other night, everybody was, going wild over these. So I found some and had it overnighted. And I'm going to give this bottle away of the super.
Oh, and jokesters only.
It's for jokesters only. And here's the thing. For God's sake, don't take it. Don't
No,
take
there's nothing
this.
to take. It's
Yeah, no, don't. That's
Yeah.
all I'm asking. But you will have hours of fun. You will make it's a party trick. It's really fun. But I absolutely love this, and I'm going to give this away to the person that knows the answer to this. But it's so much fun. I don't know if you can see this.
well, they saw it on the table.
Yeah,
perfectly.
right. But there's just all kinds of fun little things that you can do. There, it's so good, isn't it? Cannot keep a good man down. It's just absolutely.
Just takes the right woman.
Look. Here we go. There you go. So this is a prize, and just for fun, I'm going to put a rich lip gloss with it, so that it's more than just a
That has
party
all
joke.
sorts of strange overtones.
I'm not going there with you.
Well, it just automatically goes there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. It doesn't. Just your mind goes there. So here we go.
I doubt that.
Okay. So your very own party trick. So is everybody game for this? Is anybody excited about this?
Most people are very upset, and there's a lot of.
If I don't win, I'm buying some for my cats.
There you go.
No, whatever
cat
you
would
do,
eat
don't. Cat will eat it. Do not give it to your cats. Carrie would have loved this.
That
yes,
is more than true.
she would have.
Carrie would have bought the company.
It's the little things in life.
She would have bought that.
That's
All
it.
right, let's go.
Okay, you ready? All right.
You're already half an hour past your deadline.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh,
that
God.
expired
Okay.
30
All right. Every time they say I want to shorten.
Next one too. If you get it caught in your throat, you'll get a stiff neck.
Who said that? Oh, that's funny. That just sounds like Lisa Hassong or Liz Cochran. Oh, Dan. Hello,
And
Dan.
the question is
this. Number 2. What toy was made by a scientist obsessed with 3D geometry and sold over 100 million units by 1982? What toy was made by a scientist obsessed with 3D geometry and sold over 100 million units by 1982? Okay. You didn't know the answer to that?
No, I did not.
Oh, my gosh. All right. So it was a toy. Drives people crazy even to this day.
There it.
There it is.
Tammy the first one?
Oh, I think Kathy Hobbs. That's the first one. Kathy Hobbs, congratulations. You are going to be the talk of your town when you get back out in it. And you all are also going to get the rich lip gloss from Cat Cosmetics. This is it. I have it on right now. If you love that, then you're going to get it. All right.
And
so
the final gift is?
And the final gift. The final gift is, let's see here. The final gift is this.
Oh.
Now, I bought a mess of them, and we're down now to the last few. I love this necklace. This is really great. This is a new one. I love this too. But this I wear a lot. So this is it. And it comes with a pair of matching earrings. So this is the next gift. And shall we do numbers? People tell me.
I think it might be a good idea.
Numbers? Okay.
We'll show it to her.
All right. Numbers. Brad says, the Slinky.
Exactly.
You're so silly. Oh, congratulations, Kathy. I'm really happy. Okay. All right.
We're doing numbers
for
the winner
for the
of
winner
the necklace.
Of the necklace, exactly. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to hand you this.
That way you know.
That way you know. Take a quick peek, not near a camera, and then give it back to me. No, I remember it, but I like to show it. Okay, so you got it? All right, so I'm thinking of a number between 10 and 30. It's 2 digits.
Someone already guessed 55.
55 is not it. Now I forgot what I said. 10 and 30.
35.
10 and 30.
10 and 30.
2 digits, and I'm thinking them right now, so just focus on me.
Watch over here.
Okay, I would if. Let me take a peek over here.
Between 10 and 30.
Oh, I just saw it go by. So
Wow.
the answer is 21.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. People, okay. Stop, because the number's 21. Here it is.
I don't know.
And I'm going to.
You can pause it and scroll back.
We're going to have to find that winner, so just give me a minute. And
Be able to pause
you
and go
have
back.
won the necklace as soon as we find out.
Yep. Just keep
Because
going.
that was fast. And whoever that was, it was really fast.
Keep going.
So they're checking that. They're going back to the videotape, as we say, and they're checking on that. So that will be it for the gifts tonight. Now, while they're looking for the winner, and I'll tell you who it is, I just want to let you know that tomorrow I am going to come on.
We did not see it.
I saw it.
Okay, we'll keep looking. No, it's not there.
There's
Come back forward now. Come the other way. Let's go back again.
Okay.
Look
If
again.
anyone says, if you are the one that wrote 21, please let me know. I'm going to
I see 22.
Oh, yes. Hold on. Hold on, I'm looking because I saw it fly by. Look at Cheryl Davidson. I'm not playing.
22 again.
Cheryl Davidson Conway, who is in the room, and Cecily Yeager sell this jewelry. It's called Paparazzi. It's a really cool thing.
But I don't see it.
Okay,
So do this.
so hold on. I'm looking it up, and then we're going to have the
we see
blessing, and we're going to say goodnight.
Mhm.
And I will be back tomorrow. Here it is. Sasha Renee. Sasha Renee.
Sasha Renee did it?
Yeah. Sasha Renee. She hit that hard and fast. As John said, she was coming in hot, right? Sasha Renee, congratulations. You are the winner of
I'll get the
this.
sound ready.
And you are going to love it. You are going to love it. So congratulations. Okay, everybody. So now I want you to do me a favor. I want you to just kind of do that breathing thing I told you about when we first started doing this.
I got to
Remember?
try to find the
That's
cue.
okay. I have a lot to do before that. When I say breathe, because we don't breathe, sometimes when people breathe for the first time the way they're supposed to, they might burst into tears, or because it just feels so good. No, it's the last one.
The last one could be
the
hard
blessing.
to find.
Okay, not Jaws, for God's sake. Yeah. Okay. And actually, it was called. That's probably the wrong server, because I have it. It was the last button on the entire thing, but I think you have a different server.
I think this is it.
He has a different server, all right. You try to have a moment. You just try to have a moment that he suggested. All right. The last button.
You don't have it.
Okay.
What you have is this. You can have the induction thing.
All right. Well, I think no. I'll do it another night, because I think it'd be best if we did it with the music of intention. Because no, that's not it. So we'll do this on Wednesday night while he goes through every
you're doing
show
it
cue
tonight.
I have. I'm not doing it tonight. We need the
Well,
whole
you have to have
thing.
that song?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I have to have that song. There's a whole psychology to it, and I need all the componentry. It's like trying to cook a cake, and the guy goes, "I ran out of flour."
Okay, well, let me just go through them all then.
No, it's not on that.
You sure?
It might be on a different bank. Yeah, I have two of those. Remember, and so it's on the other one. He's going through everything. Did you hear that? No, that's a sound cue. Just wanted you to know, No. Really? I just lost 50 viewers in 2 minutes. I think we'll just let it. I know it's on there because Oh, you know what? If you look up Shawshank in the
okay,
that's what it was on that one.
Okay.
So where was I? You see how easily distracted I get, but I am so ready. I'm so relaxed. I'm not tired. I'm really relaxed, and I have to go put the animals away now. So, but anyway, let's do this. Go ahead and just. Not in this. Yeah, I'm going to put the animals away in my Where else am I going to wear this? I'm stuck at home. I'm going to put the animals away. They'll come to me like crazy. Look at the peacocks everywhere, right? All right, so take a nice deep breath, everyone, like this. And hold it. And hold it as long as you can. And you see how deep that breath was? Now I'm lightheaded, because I'm not used to breathing like that either. So let's do that again. So just sit there and lay there, or whatever you're doing. Just go ahead and take another nice deep breath. Hold it. And allow yourself to just relax with every single breath. Because there's something that I really love, which is being able to put my mind in a relaxed place so that the cares of the world and the things that bother me just don't exist. They're just not there anymore. Because they're there, but they're not there, if that makes sense to you. So just allow your mind to relax and allow yourself to relax and every muscle in your body to relax. Just allow yourself to be here now and enjoy this very moment, because we are in this moment. This is the safest place to be, because as you watch me and as I talk to you, you realize that everything is okay. You're in a home. You have a roof over your head. You have food on the table. You're watching your computer. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow's not here yet. So just realize how good it feels to be here right now. And as you are here right now, that nothing can disturb your peace. Okay? So as you go ahead and take one more nice deep breath and breathe it out. And let your eyes close and just really allow yourself to feel really relaxed now. And as your eyes close, just hearing the sound of my voice, I just want to share some thoughts with you. Because right now you're just relaxing, that's all. Just letting go of anything that's bothering you. Perfect. And just allow yourself to relax your neck muscles, all of the tension that you feel. Let that melt down and away from your body and just relax your thoughts, your mind, your body, your spirit, because you are in a really good place right now. Okay, so now what I want to tell you is just things that you already know. And it will just take me a minute. Because you see, what happens is when we grow up, we have people say things to us. And as you have people say things to you, usually somewhere between the age of 1 and, let's say, 6. And sometimes people that are really lucky will have great things said to them. And sometimes people, more often than not, when we're little, someone will tell us something about ourselves that they don't realize what they're doing, but what they're really doing is that they're telling us something that isn't so. Sometimes they'll say things like, oh, you're just a dreamer. You're never going to amount to anything. What? Children are to be seen and not heard. They'll say things that just take away your confidence. And then they don't mean to. It's just, parents, they just sometimes say things because they're frustrated and angry. And we don't have to be frustrated and angry at them. People do their best, no matter where it is and what it is. But then as you get older and you go to school and you're exposed to other kids, and sometimes, they'll say things to you that nick your confidence and make you feel less than who you were born to be. But you see, none of that's true. Even though our subconscious mind grabs onto that thought, it's not true. Just because someone says it doesn't make it true. But I know what the truth is. You see, I know who you are. And that's what I'm here to tell you. So what I know is that you are magnificent. You are. You were born to do great things. You were put here for a reason. And some people will do really big, great things, and some people will do small things. And that's fine, because everything means something. Not everybody is here to learn, to lead. Everybody's here to learn, but not everybody is here to lead. No, not everybody's here to have a big career. But just do you. Because you see, you are not only magnificent, but you are loved. You have always been loved, and you'll always be loved. You're loved now. You'll never be alone. Never. And you're blessed. You are. Can make anything in your life happen because you are loved and blessed. You are blessed. You are blessed. So if anyone ever tells you ever again anything about yourself that's not true, and you know it, remember, they don't get to tell you who you are. They don't get to define you. They don't even know the first thing about you. So all you have to remember is this: I don't receive it. Remember those 4
It's
words.
live. It's
I
up on,
don't
I have it up on
receive it.
several screens.
Because it isn't true.
Right there.
I've already told you who you are. You are loved and you are blessed. And you can do anything you set your mind to because you were born to be here to do something important. Remember, sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small, sometimes it's to be a mom, sometimes it's to change something in your career. We don't get just one dream. This is America. We're Americans. We get to dream as many dreams as we can think of. That's what we need to protect and to know and to live. It doesn't matter if you're 10 or you're 60. There's a dream for you. Just imagine it now. Just close your eyes and imagine something that you want, something that you want to change, something that makes you feel really happy to think about. I want you to think about that right now. And I want you to just see yourself, feel it, feel yourself, feel everything, feel what it feels like to know that you are so empowered. You are like a brand new, fully equipped car. You can do anything you set your mind to. You're fully loaded. Never let anything, anyone, get in the way of you knowing your own magnificence. All right? In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And when you hear me say 3, if your eyes are closed, you're going to pop them wide open, feeling refreshed, revived, relaxed, awake, and aware in every way, shape, and form. And remembering all that you are, all that I've told you. That's my job. I'm here to remind you that you can do anything. Because tomorrow is a new day, child. Get ready. Okay. You are loved. You are blessed. 1, feeling really, really good. 2, knowing how much you are loved and blessed. You go out into the world feeling full of confidence, full of light, full of love, and passing that on to the world. That's your job. Be that love in action. And 3, pop your eyes open. I love you. All right, everybody. We need Mr. Fisher up here in a minute to click those heels and take us out into that beautiful night. And I hope you rest beautifully tonight and remember all that I told you about you, for that is your story. Okay? Well, that was fun.
Thank God for
I almost fell asleep.
Thank God for Apple iTunes.
Yeah,
That was a quick download.
I know. People are so good. Exactly.
Well, it's not the download; it's routing it back into the show. How to get it from Apple there.
All right, everybody, we're going to click those heels. I hope you have a beautiful evening. On behalf of Dawn, John, Todd, and myself, remember to say it along with us. There's no place like home. And that's exactly. I love you guys. Be well, and I'll be on tomorrow. I'm crying. I can't get myself.
I
choked
told you
myself
that
up.
was a good idea.
I know. Have a great night, and I'll be on tomorrow. I'll let you know when that's going to be. Let's just visit. How about that? Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Dawn. Bye, Letty. Robert.
Fade out.